back in Design Space and I've just printed my template. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the cutting document that will actually cut my circles. So I'm going to copy this, so I've just used Control-C, I'm going to Control-V. I've got a new square that's exactly the same shape and I'm just going to change the colour of that. Again, setting it to 0 on the page. And enter. Tab wasn't working. So next, I now don't need my purple one anymore, so my template cut. I'm just going to hide that one away. But now I do want to see my original file. So I am going to send this to the back so that then I can see where it is. I'm going to insert a shape. This is a circle because that is the shape I want it to cut. And I'm going to insert it here in the middle. Now I've played around, I tried to measure, I tried to do lots of things, but I found that this was the best way because it is exactly where it is in the document. I will do a troubleshooting video because when I printed at a different printer to PDF, I emailed it to myself, printed it as a PDF, it came out as different dimensions. So I'll do a troubleshooting video a little bit later about how we found a way around that. So I'm going to make it green just so that I can see it. That's what I'm cutting, is this circle, although we all know that we're cutting a circle. So Control-C, Control-V to do another one. I like my quick keys, or at least those ones. I'm not really that super amazing at quick keys. Now I've actually made sure that the circle's smaller. So this one for these Teach Starter labels, 7.9. I could probably actually change it to 8. And as you can see, it's just made it slightly different size. So I'll make sure that that's in the center, and I want all my circles to be the same no matter where they are. Oh, that is not deleting, so I can do it this way. You can see that it's 1.5 and 1.587 over here in the position. Again, I didn't find that that was super important. That was one of the things that I was trying. I was sitting here with my ruler and trying to make sure that it happened exactly where it was, but I found that the better way was just to line it up by eye. Control-C, Control-V. And so this would work with any other labels. I am excited to see, I've got some squares. I know last year I decided just to use the squares because I could easily cut them with a guillotine, but I really thought that a Cricut maker or a Cricut machine was going to make my life very different. I think that once we've got this nailed, teachers, that together we can have amazing shapes in our classroom out of some amazing templates that we've purchased, and we're going to have wonderful classrooms. I can't wait to see what you've got. All right, so now I've got that one in behind there. I've got all my circles in place on my A4 document that is at 0. I'm going to hide this one away again. Oh, wrong button. So now I've got my shape. So the square is actually what I'm going to cut. The circles I want to cut out. As you would have probably found that when you were just cutting the circles, Cricut was doing its amazing fabric saving or material saving function and squishing them all up in the top corner. And it was just wrong. So this is how I found. All right, so now we just have to slice it. Hopefully you know this feature by now. So click on, you can only slice 2 images at once. So click on the circle, click on the square, and then slice. That's now cut this circle and this circle out. That was the amazing Brett Coling. So this slice and this slice. I'm going to delete those, but I'm not going to do that straight away because I can do it a lot easily by doing it all in one go. So I've got to send this to back so that then I can see this. 1, 2, slice, send to back. 1, 2, slice, send to back. 1, 2, oop, I didn't click it. 1, 2, slice, and click. Send to back. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it for all of those circles. and center back. 1, 2, slice. Now, as you can see down here, it's cut out all of those shapes. I do not need those. So I'm just going to go through and click delete using this function. Because I do not need all of those circles. I just want that normal template. Alright, so now I've got, if I make this, you can see that I've got my ones in the middle. This one might not be quite lined up properly. That's okay. Like I said, that there will be a small amount of error in there anyway, just because you don't always, although we've got the template, we don't line it up millimeter by millimeter. So that should be fine. I will hopefully try and share with you my original document that was done very carefully as opposed to this one. All right, so now I've got all of my documents hidden. Now I just want to cut this one. So again, it is kind of like the print and cut feature. So I'm going to go to my Word document. That's not it. I'm going to go to my Word document and I am going to print this. So I'm just going to print one page because that's all I need. And then that's going to print off in my printer. So then I will show you what that looks like over at my maker when we get there. From here, I'm just going to go make it. And it is only going to cut that one layer. Like it said, it's bigger. I really don't understand why it's doing that. I think that it might be 30 centimeters is the longest. I'm not sure, it's 29.7. I think it's because it doesn't line it up at the 0. That's where I'm thinking now, but who knows? All right, so I'm gonna hit continue. It's gonna connect again. We're gonna wait patiently. And I'm also printing at the same time, as you can hear from my amazingly quiet printer. All right, it's setting material. I am just using paper, so I am all good to go. I'll meet you over. Alright, so here I am over at my maker. I've sent my project to my maker. As you can see, it's flashing. I've printed my Word document. So I'm going to line up my document. Again, this is one-handed. I don't have a super great recording function set up, so just don't mind me. Ooh, nope, not quite right. Let's try again. Lay it down on there. Alright, so that's all pressed down nicely, and as you can see, it fits nicely within my template. This is the spot that I'm really trying to do. Again, when I made the circles, though I didn't make them the exact size, that gives me a little bit of leeway as well. So I'm just going to load my mat. Like I said, it's new out of the box, so what I've been doing is just placing my finger here just to hold it up, just to make sure that it goes in consistently each and every time. Pushing my load button. Going to do some thinking, and then my Cricut is ready to go. Sometimes it cuts the square first, sometimes it cuts the circles. If it does cut the circles, then what I've been doing is pausing it and finishing it. So this looks like it's going to cut the circles first. When I say sometimes, it depends on the actual document, not one time when I push go, it does and it doesn't. So when I had to do my troubleshooting document, that's when it's cutting the square first. I'll also show you when it's finished one trick I've used, because you might notice as well when you cut that when you peel the paper off, it all rolls up and it's kind of not much good to you, especially when you're trying to laminate afterwards. But yeah, because I was trying so many, so now it's cutting the square, I don't need that. So I'm just going to push pause, I'm trying to push pause, and then I will take it out. Yep. Borrowed one of my name tags there. So what I can do from there is just continue to load my paper. So take this off, load my paper, and do another one. So like I said, when you peel it off, it actually, you don't want your labels to end up looking like this, because it's really quite hard to laminate from there. So I did do one of these really carefully, and I'll show you why later, but I don't need this. What I have done though is one of those test ones I've left there. So you'll notice on my page that you could see all of the circles there already, and then these ones just fall off, and like I said, the Cricut actually stole one of them. So that is now my circles out of paper. Oh my goodness, exactly where I wanted them. Oh, it took a while to get to that point, but I know that you can do circles, squares, stars, any kind of shape you want to as well. So like I said, I've still got them on there, and that just makes it so that they come off and that they're not all disheveled like that.